Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Gnomoria. Now, there's a couple things I want to do here. We're going to continue construction on this. I'm going to make a few other things to go along with it. We'll just do any clump. And that's what I want to do. That's going to help them be able to build just a little bit faster, I think. And, yeah, next is we're going to build stairs down, stairs up, stairs down. There we go. Okay, so we want just normal stone stairs, and we're going to do any raw stone, sure. So, and it's not going to let me do it because we don't actually have anything there. Okay, so what I've got to do is figure out exactly where this is going to start. Okay, so let's go build stairs up. Stone, any raw stone. Alright, now, there's a couple interesting logistical things here. Okay, if it goes down on the right there, then that's stairs up here, stairs up there, stairs up here. Okay, perfect. This should work. Hopefully, all shall be well. So we want to build stairs up there. Any stairs? Oh, hey, while we're here, let's go ahead and we'll kind of set the framework for all of this. Alright, so we want stairs up there. And no stairs up there. We want... Whoa. God, that's nerve-wracking. Again, this sort of semi-isometric view is a little troublesome. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, cool. Alright, and then we're going to replace some floors. Stone, any raw stone. Again, this is doing nothing but leaving my guys to be in incredible amounts of danger, but, you know, that's the life of a gnome. Work harder, not smarter. Yes. let's just stick with that sentiment, shall we? Alright, let's go like so. We want to build around... Oh. We're still on replacing floors. Okay, never mind. I see what the problem was there. Alright, now we want to switch to build floors. Terrain, floor, stone, any raw stone. Okay, so we want to just go up one. Like that. And then... There we go. Oh, that took out our stairs that we had built right there. That's fine. We'll figure that out whenever the time comes. Did all that planning, but in the end it didn't really matter. Okay. I want to know what's up with that trend, personally. Like, when did quoting songs from the 90s become so freaking popular? Like, it's amusing to me, don't get me wrong. I definitely enjoy the sort of bizarre trendiness of it, but it is still very strange. Alright, let's go... We want to... What do I want to do? Oh, I'm wanting to cancel job... here, because that's where stairs are going to go, and then same here, and then there, and then, yeah, then we'll build walls once we have all of that set up. Or as it becomes more set up, I should say. So, they're building away as fast as they can, doing a very good job, well done. And then, yeah, as soon as we have some terra firma to stand upon, we will continue building walls. You know what, I'm going to save. There we go. I just realized there's a whole lot of jobs that have no possible paths to them, and that can create problems. So let's avoid that, shall we? And yeah, so we're basically waiting for them to do that. Kind of wish it could go a little bit faster, but I understand that it can't because that would probably destroy a good chunk of the game and its ability to run. That would be unideal, to say the least. So, yes. So we've got that down there. If we leave these guys up here, we might go ahead and build some areas out over this way so that they can fire at any one point, and then we also need to build up these walls so that they kind of match, and then we'll have the grand entrance to our civilization that will be stock full of traps and all kinds of goodies that will hopefully keep us that much safer in the future, and that'll be really good. That'll be extremely good. So hopefully that'll be exactly what ends up happening and not any other sort of bizarre thing that could undo us in time. Now let me see something really quick. Let me go over here. Yeah, we are building traps. Alright. It's just taking a really long time because our engineer is missing a leg. Maybe I should get a new engineer. Maybe. I feel a little guilty about it, but again, I'm trying to avoid being completely dark about the matter and just saying, how about we just lock them in a room and kill them all? That was actually a little depressing to think about after I had said it so many times. I was like, ugh. I'm not exactly pro-euthanasia, let's say. That's, you know, some part of that was humor. Extremely dark humor, but humor nonetheless. And then, yeah, there is a certain level of pragmatism to it, but as was demonstrated in a few other games, I tend to sympathize a little too much with my video game entities. So we'll try to avoid that in the future. I never locked anybody in a walled-off room in The Sims, so that's how deep the neurosis goes as far as all of that is concerned. So let's see. We want them to. We're gonna have to wait until they build up. Unless, can I build stairs down while they do that? Is that going to replace the job below it? Terrain, build. Let's go. Yeah, they can still get down because there's that ramp there. So they can get down here and build those stairs and replace the floors and all of that good. So let's go ahead and I'm going to attempt this. Stairs down, stone, any stone. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. Nope. Yeah, there's no firm land to build it upon, so it's not going to let me do it, I guess. Makes sense. That's totally fair. It doesn't bother me that much. Okay. So now we're just waiting for them to complete over here so that they start building up, and then we'll have them continue building up, and then we'll build walls and then traps. And that's the plan. So, and the other thing I'm kind of watching out for is I don't want them noticing they're coming too early, because I want them to actually go through this whole thing before trying to relocate. I guess, again, that has more to do with how I micromanage my armies more than anything, but at the same time, it's like I'm not entirely sure how that works. So I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to pull off army management, and while I'm still very much so hoping that this is going to continue to be an improvement in our defenses, just by way of how it's going to get set up and built and everything else, then I'm also hoping that maybe I can figure out how to be better at this game in general. That would probably go a long way as well. So, yeah, this is all very interesting and experimental stuff that we're handling right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out for sure. Because again, at this point, it's either going to kill us outright, or we'll end up playing this for another 80 some odd episodes of ridiculousness, and I'll never get around to playing Kerbal Space Program, much less the 80 or so other games that I should be playing. And, you know, that's no really big deal. Lately, at the time of this recording, which again is like a month ago, but it could have changed. I could have found something that just spurned my love for games again. But I've been kind of discouraged from playing. I don't know, somebody told me it's because I'm growing up, and then I told them promptly to go fuck themselves. No way. No, that didn't actually happen. That was hyperbole. But still, it was definitely kind of a, well, if that's true, then weird. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'm part of that generation. Good lord, that was a long time ago whenever that ad campaign was so completely ubiquitous. But yeah, no, that was I like, you know, I like what I like. I like doing what I like. I'm not accountable to anyone but myself. My social life suffers just maybe mildly in a way, but it's not something that I find completely disheartening. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm an introverted guy who likes to spend his day indoors and has spent basically, I mean, I played my first video game before I could walk because my my older brothers and sisters, who have me by at least a decade, thought it was super amusing to watch me try to figure out a video game whenever I was barely able to teeter around. And yeah, you know what that does to a small child's brain who is just starved for attention at all times is it gets them very easily addicted to that sort of a pastime very quickly. Or so is my theory. That would explain why, you know, I feel so compelled to play games for as long as I have. And I really enjoy games, and Yeah, but in reality, I'm trying to like draw more, and I've got other projects I want to do, and I still need to furnish my apartment, and I do have other priorities outside of playing games as much as possible in a single lifetime. But yeah, and so some of that started catching up with me, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I've got so many games. It's just the tyranny of choice at its best, and nothing represents that more than Steam, in my opinion. It's definitely way up there on the holy crap, this is just too much. I like games and all, and I like having incredible huge numbers of games at my fingertips, but after a point it's kind of like, all right, I've really got to establish a filter system for how I want to spend my time, especially whenever it comes to playing games, because there's too much ground to cover. It's not possible. You gotta have at least some sort of a decent limit eventually. Let's see, we are going to build a stone wall. We're going to build it like this. Yes. Yes. Falcon, yes. A monitor lizard has been spotted. That's fantastic. Please stop interrupting me whenever I'm in the middle of building or digging or doing much of anything, really. We're going to cancel this job just so that they have a easy route to get down there. Because now we're building up, which means they have to path all the way down and all the way up, and it's just a slight bit more complicated than running over this way. So, yeah, this is going to be fairly slow going, but yeah, so consider us in ant farm mode for the time being, and I'm going to try my best to continue with my stream of consciousness casting, as I am so wont to do. And, hey, look at this guy. He's having a moment. What is he? Did I make iron boots? Equipment. We've got one iron boot and one bronze boot. I'm not entirely sure where we got that iron boot, because I don't remember setting them to be made, but I suppose maybe I did? Let's see, armor, bronze, iron. Oh, I have it set to any boot. That's not ideal. Okay, hold on. We're going to cancel you. And you know what? Let's go ahead and we will set cancel any armor plate, iron. We'll start making boots next. There we go. Craft to 20. And go. Alright. So we'll let them do that. It looks like ore and armory. We have contents. Oh, not that much really. Yeah, that's pretty standard. We got some gold and silver. Everything's been smelted down. We need more crates over here. Oh, not clean floor, but it's the same icon, so I was close. Storage, crate. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So we might make some more jewelry here in a second. I still don't know how to send a tribute. Oh, our value dropped a little bit. I don't know if that was necessarily because of any one thing that we did, because it seems like it should have been a lot more. Did we only sent him 40,000 though. So maybe the tribute finally did go through. Kingdom, diplomacy, status hostile, view tribute. Yeah. So yeah, they're en route. Okay, so it's working now. It's on its way. All right, we'll hopefully be able to stave them off long enough to be able to finish construction of their eventual doom here. That's the plan. Just keep them staved off until we're ready to test this thing out, and it'll more than likely get tested out on some mants. And the ideal scenario is that we will start seeing things dying over here in our little message box in the corner before we actually spot them. If we can get to that point, I would say mission accomplished as far as, you know, engineering some sort of a defense goes. And you know, actually, we can start disassembling and reassembling traps down here. Now, we're not going to do that until we get closer to the end of this entire construction, because this is still useful to us, for the most part. So, but yeah, so let me think. Other things to talk about. Yeah, drawing is lots of fun. Nothing I would necessarily record. It's a little out of the scope of this channel. As much as I'd like to post my artwork somewhere, I don't think it's entirely necessary to put it on a Let's Play channel. I like to, hey, it's the stupid cave. I like to keep that kind of stuff compartmentalized. I've got, you know, 3 or 4 different little endeavors that I kind of dabble around in at various time frames, and they are all separate from each other as much as I could possibly make them. So while I am drawing, it is for an endeavor that is not at all related to my Let's Plays. And by that same token, the endeavor itself and the community I participate in that does not know about my Let's Plays. So, you know, it's I think it's a fairly decent balance. But let's see, we have poor goblin sausage. Yeah, we'll get rid of all of that. Yak sausage. We're looking for anything that is poor, and also skulls. Okay. Two-headed ogre skull. We got a lot of statuettes. Or sapphire ring. You know what? I'm gonna not trade because I think that might screw us up on our diplomacy a little bit. Let me see if that already did. View tribute. Okay, yeah, we're gonna wait until that goes through before we trade anymore, because I just have this feeling, because I saw those fine alpaca statuettes and everything else, and I was like, okay, didn't we trade those? Just correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we traded those away, and there might be some element of they don't actually leave your stocks until you make it there, and then if they're out of your stocks by the time they get there, that causes problems. So again, I don't really know. But I'm going to assume that there's some element of that will for sure cause some sort of a fuck up that is just irredeemable. So let's not do that. How about that? We'll keep it simple and not do that. And how are we doing on stone? Yeah, we're using up enough of that. Unfortunately, the pathing does not allow for us to pick up blue or green stone, which I kind of wish they would, so this would look a little bit more rainbowy, but if it really bothers me that much, I'll replace floors. So, we'll see. I do like the green stone just sort of being to the side here, and then everything else is just sort of patchy. I do like that quite a bit. It's rather appealing. So, they seem to have given up on this top part here, and they are now building up, which is fine, because that'll eventually give us multiple routes in which to be able to build all these things. There we go. Now they built those stairs so they can start building up here on this floor. And yeah. Well, we've got like 4 minutes left. This is a particularly long recording session because of the crash in between the videos a few episodes ago. But yeah, we're doing just fine on time here. So, and yeah, we're basically just keeping this straight, and we're talking about life and debugging this game and all of that really fun stuff. I'm contemplating... Oh, we are out of drinks. Grape farms. We are going to harvest grapes and strawberries. Unsuspend. Go to it, please. Because we are out of drinks. I don't know how we are out of drinks, but we are out of drinks. We might actually trade for drinks from this guy, except I'm afraid of trading. Yeah, so we'll let them handle that, hopefully. It's the 11th day of winter, so I'm not too worried about it. And we'll start growing beer and everything else, and we still have a well that is functional, so yeah, Bauxite, this well has access to water. That's all we need to see. They'll drink water a lot, but or at least more frequently than they will drink wine or beer, because that leaves them satisfied for longer. Basic Gnomoria Mechanics 101, etc. So not a big deal there, really. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. So it's a good thing I looked up there whenever I did, otherwise I could have very easily forgotten. We are out of wood, so we are actually going to go ahead and chop down more trees. Yes, fell trees. We're just going to chop down all of our accessory trees. We'll replant them later. That's what they're there for, after all. So, just in case we need a nice little log buffer. There we go. That's done. Birch trees are cut down and replanted. Everything else is out of access at the moment. And, yeah. So, looks like we'll just continue to harvest fruit throughout the year to make sure our drink stocks are always tip-toppity shape. I know our beer problems are non-existent, except for the fact that beer now competes with sandwiches most of the time, and that's less of an issue than I think it appears to be. What are you? Rose gold. Hey, that's pretty alright. Why did the camera decide to move suddenly? I guess that must have been my mouse wheel deciding it was time to turn a little bit. Alright, good. Now they're building up that next floor. And this video is just about over, so I will go ahead and do my outro. I think I will let them continue the majority of this work in between recording sessions here, and that will probably be the best idea to keep from boring you to tears, and then we'll move on to the final phase of building traps and then also walls to enclose all of this, and then we'll have to dig out all of this stuff to make sure that they actually go on our snaky rainbow way here. And then, yeah, everything should be just dandy. It's going to be, you know, working like gangbusters and all of that. So, yeah, there we go. We've got 1 zigzaggy, 2 zigzaggy, 3 zigzaggy, 4 zigzaggy, and then lots of zigzaggies where they're going to be shot at constantly. And all of these are going to have traps in them, which will probably use up all the traps that we have in existence right now, which is ideal. And then, yeah, hopefully all will be fairly well. And once we have our defenses built up, I think it's finally time I made a, not a great hall, but a dining hall regardless, because it's kind of at the point where it's like we need a place for our dwarves to idle, just to make sure they keep fairly organized. Dwarves, gnomes, same thing, you know. But yeah, this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Gnomoria. If you have enjoyed, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Hello, and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Fails Miserably in Gnomoria. In case you can't tell what's going on here, we got attacked. Our diplomatic envoy is still on its way. It is en route. However, they sent a whole bunch of ogres and goblins at us. And there they are fleeing. The ones that are left, we have 1 steel-clad hammer goblin and 2 two-headed ogres, so 4 heads worth of ogre, and a whole lot of corpses. This was bad. It was really bad. So we killed a fair number of them, but everybody else is pretty much out. And so here's the thing, though, is we had a few people run away to put on bandages and the like, and then they ran back to combat right after they had done it. Finished it, so we have 1 hammer gnome left, we have 1 crossbow gnome left, and no axe gnomes, no claymorians, and I'm sure a good number of our civilians are also dead in the process as well, all of our builders and that. I haven't looked, I've been a little afraid. So yeah, we have 1 builder, 1 blacksmith, we have 11 gnomes left. They killed a lot of people. Holy crap. I don't know exactly what happened there, but we've got like maybe yeah, hold on, let me go. Population 11. We only have 1 Zit is the only injured gnome left, so that's the good news. Oh, that's so bad. And spring came and we got no nomads, and then everybody died. So I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, hey guys, we're pretty much circling the drain, because let me see, what do we have left for different jobs? We have 1 blacksmith, 1 builder, 2 career military, an engineer, 3 farmers, a hearthkeeper, and 2 woodcutters. No miners. No, just... Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, here we go. So these guys must have fought zombies and gotten bitten significantly at some point in the past, because now we also have to contend with zombies. So let's see how this pans out. I'm guessing not well. They should be getting shot right about now. They're fighting. No, Mion has died. Oh boy, this is probably going to get tagged to the end of the other episode. Let's see how this actually pans out. I'm going to let it happen. An emu is born. We should be getting more zombie gnomes here any second. Let's see. Oh, he's getting trapped. This is good. Okay, fight him. Get him out of there. Okay. Oh, he can't handle it. Okay, zombie Odal Bal Pineo has died. We've got 1 dead dwarf over here. He's almost certainly going to come back as a zombie. It's just going to be a matter of time. Let's kind of watch. This is going to be the extra fail special of Cardboard Decoy plays Gnomoria. So let me go military enemies. We don't have any other enemies. Okay. Mion has risen from the dead. Okay, good. That's going to take care of our needs for extra zombie gnomes wandering around. He is going to not necessarily chase anyone. Oh, they're going to fight him. Are they going to kill him? Let's see how they fare. Yeah, okay. So Zombie Meon has died. That's not a dead person. No. Okay, cool. Iron armor plate. Interesting. I guess maybe some of our armaments have been shredded. What is our population now? Our population is just 10. That's fine. Let's see if any other zombies decide to rise from the dead. But 10, I mean, we're basically back to where we started, right? So I'm kind of thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, we can wait and try to hold out until news says return from the Bread Kingdom. Let's see, Kingdom, Diplomacy, Hostile. Yeah, they're still hostile. I don't think we can make them unhostile, but they might not attack us for a while. But yeah, I don't know what that's actually going to say for us. We have a whole lot of inept people, and since we had replaced everybody with untrained combatants, it definitely appears that everyone just sucks now. I mean, that's all there is to it. They just suck. It's gonna be bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits on this. Like, this is the end. So sorry, my friends. This is I think some really cool ideas were exercised here, and I'm going to return to this game once a significant portion of content has been added to it, but I think this is just going to keep happening over and over again. Like, we've fallen so far behind on trained military. Not just military, but trained military. I mean, we have a lot of armor, and that's nice and all, but that's not going to get us anywhere in the long run. We can make all the traps we want. We can have it cycle back and forth so many times and try to hold people off, but we're never going to have a military that's trained and caught up to where we need them to be. So I'm calling it. This is the end of the Land of Watchfulness. Yeah, Land of Watchfulness. Final total worth is 270,000. We peaked at about 330,000. Not too bad. And a population over time of, yes, 10 plus 67. So we had 77 gnomes at our height altogether. I think our actual functioning population was like 37, 38, something like that, which is fine. But, yeah, so this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Gnomoria, and, yeah, stand by for some other interesting videos. I don't know what I'll be playing by now, and, yeah, that should be good times. Either way, I hope you've really enjoyed this series. I know a lot of you subscribe specifically for this series, and I'm like, I don't want to end it on a bad note, but really, it's like there were no success. Like, I never had set like a goal for myself that was like, yeah, this is how we win the game. So it was pretty much doomed to fail in obscurity at some point or another. So, but we'll revisit this game, assuming that somebody actually comes and does something, or, you know, the developer decides to continue working on it or something like that, which definitely remains in question at this point. But yeah, we'll see in the future, and I definitely want to continue playing this game, because as I had said in a previous video, it was getting to the point where I was getting kind of the Tetris effect of like, okay, well, I could do this, or maybe I could do this. Man, we are surely not at want for goblin meat, though, are we? So, yeah, we can see a couple zombies, a whole lot of goblins. I think the ogres have already... No, we didn't kill any of the ogres, that's the problem. And then a whole lot of basically our entire population right there. So, yeah, definitely once tombs come out, let's say... Once we get tombs and maybe a couple extra workshops we could play with, and then I'll come back to this. But, and then it'll also depend on where I am with whatever other games I happen to be playing. But either way, yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed this series. I appreciate all your patronages, and hopefully you stick around for some other games that I like to play and that kind of a deal. And otherwise, yeah, I think it's time to put this one down. Let's just take the dog out, back and shoot her. That's how I feel about this particular scenario. So, yeah, until we meet again, this is Cardboard Decoy signing off from Gnomoria.